Good morning, everyone. I'm Reem Ahmad, your host for today. Thank you for joining us. Before we get started, I would like to inform you about the courses that we offer. We have various courses about Delta, CELTA, and their preparation courses. We have also TKT courses, regular webinars, and professional development events. If you would like to know more about our upcoming CELTA rounds and these events, you can scan the QR code that I will send in the chat box. Now, I would like to welcome our presenter for today, Dr. John Michael, and his webinar entitled as Multimodal Interactive Digital Reading Program. So, Dr. Michael, hi. So the floor is all yours now.
All right, yes. Good day, everyone. So, wherever you are in the globe, thank you for joining us. This will be just a short presentation because this is just the first part of the entire work that we have been doing. And we will be shortly introducing to you the proposed multimodal interactive digital reading program. Actually, it was born out of a work which is titled English Reading Topic Familiarity, Incidental Lexical Learning, and Digital Attitude Among Vietnamese University Students. So this is the proposed program, okay, from the first part of the work. And I will just talk about the second part of the work later on towards the end. All right. So as I was saying, we started with some kind of objectives. So I wanted you to come up with an idea how we came up with the program. Okay, in this first part of the presentation, as we have got some simple objectives actually. We would like to know things like their profile, their topic familiarity, their incidental lexical learning, their digital attitudes, and then we grouped all of those what we call variables, and we come up with some kind of results in terms of differences, relationships, and then we use the data to be able to come up with a digital reading program for foreign language teaching and learning in a university. So so here is the survey questionnaire. Okay, this is the first part, which is actually on the profile of the what we call respondents. Then this is first part, which is on topic familiarity, and we looked at activation patterns facilitated by the teacher, English language ability, and their previous English language class attended. And this first part is actually taken from three sources. Uh, that is Pulido in 2007, 2016, that is Nguyen, and 2021, which is actually Suleiman. And then we have the next part of the material, okay, which is actually on incidental lexical learning. So we look at glossing modalities, glossing application, then glossing attitude. And these are actually taken from Tang in 2022. We have Ko in 2005 and Jenpa Takul rather in 2012. And the last part is actually on digital reading attitude. All right. So we have like around how many items over here? Wait a moment. All right, sorry about that. Okay, some kind of issues with the internet connection sometimes. So 48 items over there. And this is actually adapted from Divya and Muhammad in 2020. So as usual, we took the actual reliability of the material, and here is our reliability scores. And of course, because of this, we went on to administering the material to the students. So from there, we are able to get the profile of the students, which we actually used in, some kind of grouping, what we call the data, and then compare them in the basis of this what we call profile of the students. So majority of our students are male because it's somewhat like a technical university in that case. And many of them are actually in their what we call second phase of their learning English and their majors after they pass the program in the preparatory English program are business and management, computing and engineering, design and fine arts, language, and tourism. So you can see that there are only a few who are majoring in language and in tourism, but many of our students are in computing and engineering, business and management, design, and fine arts. So most especially actually with computing and engineering. All right. So in terms of their grade, they are actually able to pass the previous English courses, and some of them actually have a lot of English courses already attended, as you can see. But majority of them are actually having three and below courses, as many of them are in the second phase of their education in the university. All right. So, uh, yeah, so here is the table, which actually speaks about the result in terms of the active reading at topic familiarity in terms of the three things, which is activation patterns, English language ability, and previous English language class attended. And you can see the highest means and the lowest means over here. And as you can see, we are using these data in our program. Okay, so the second part is on still on English reading topic familiarity. Okay, and that is on the activation patterns, language ability, in language classes attended, but this one is more on these means, which you can see, which are highest and lowest. So these are the specifics. Okay. So then we have the next one. Okay. This is definitely part of the work that we are doing in terms of English reading topic familiarity. And you can see the highest means and the lowest means over here. All right. So we use this data and we will come up with our program later on. So the next is on incidental lexical learning, and you can see the highest means and the lowest means over here, and reminding you that we are working on glossing modalities, glossing application, and glossing attitude. Okay, so if you were kind of what we call able to follow, we have got over here, this one is on activation patterns. Okay, this one is on language ability. This one is on previous English language class attended. And then we are working on glossing modalities, this one. Okay, so as you can see, the highest means and the lowest means over here. And you will find out that later on, the data on the highest means are being used also. All right. So this one is some glossing application. All right. So how they apply a glossing when they are reading. All right. You can see the highest means and the lowest means. And then we have glossing attitude over here also. And you can see the highest means and the lowest means over here. And take note of these ones because you will notice that these are actually congruent to our program later on. So then we have got the digital reading attitude over here. So we have academic reading mode and recreational digital reading mode. So we are trying to somewhat kind of what we call blend together academic reading and recreational reading, just an information for now for you so that you will understand further our program. So then these are the highest means and the lowest means in terms of academic digital reading, what we call mode. And let's move on to the next, which is definitely recreational digital reading mode. And here are our highest means and our lowest means. All right. So now in terms of the what we call differences, all right, so when we group our what we call data according to the profile, so this table illustrates that when we come or when we compare the comparison of responses on English reading topic familiarity when grouped according to their profile, as I was saying a while ago, there was no significant difference when group according to profile. All right. So that's actually something that we can tell you. in terms of the next table. All right. So this one is actually a table that says it was observed that there was a significant difference on glossing application and attitude when grouped according to the number of English courses passed since the computed p-values were less than 0.05 alpha level. All right. And the next table says that it was observed that there was significant difference when grouped according to number of English courses passed. Again, that means that the responses differ statistically and based on the post hoc test conducted. So it was found out that those who already passed more than 7 courses have better assessment. So on the previous one, I just would like to point out, okay, I tend to forget about it. It was found out that those who already passed more than 7 courses have better assessment. The same thing also when they did that one. All right. So that means that, in simple terms, the higher the number of English courses that they passed, the more that they are into it. All right. Or they have more knowledge about it. So now let's come up with the next one. Okay, so they're all actually highly significant, and it indicates that there was significant relationship that exists and implies that the better the assessment on English reading topic familiarity, the better is the incidental lexical learning. So, which is actually a very good thing to use later in our program. And then we have got the next one. Okay, so this table says that the means that there was a significant relationship that exists, and it reveals that the better the assessment on English reading topic familiarity, the better is the digital reading attitude. All right. So that is also another thing that we're going to be working on, or we have worked on in the programs. And then the next table shows that there is a significant relationship that exists, and it reveals that the better assessment on incidental lexical learning, the better is the digital reading attitude. Okay, that's one thing also. So all of those, okay, we came up with our proposed multimodal interactive digital reading program. Okay, so this is now the output, and this is the first part of this program. Okay, so in terms of activation patterns facilitated by the teacher, all right, I'm just gonna make this a little bit shorter. So we kind of gonna be doing pre-reading refresher course and reading topics survey at the very beginning. Okay, we would like to come up with what we call uh, a program wherein we can come up with some kind of sharing. Actually, the refresher here looks like just a sharing among teachers on their best practices in terms of what we call activating prior knowledge of students. And then we can extract something from the survey, especially on the list of familiar topics. All right. Then the second part, okay, which is on the proficiency level determination and writing of graded passages, of course. So we are gonna be, asking our students, okay, to. It depends. Sometimes there are many ways actually to determine the proficiency level of our students. Okay, so after the determination, so I just don't want to come up with a suggestion how you're gonna come up with your determination of proficiency level, because sometimes really there are actually different ways to do that. Okay.